Good morning, world, and hello, Kenya, hello, Uganda, and all my friends in South America. We're back with another edition of Back of the Edge. So today, I want to briefly talk about two books I love I'm reading right now. One's called The Biblio Diet by Josh Axe and Jordan Rubin, about eating God's natural foods. A great, great read. A slight distraction from my usual vegan ones, but it does not a contradiction. My second one is called Be a Winner by Brian Cressy, a billionaire who knows how to be a winner and teaches you how to be a winner. I'd like to invite both of them to be on my podcast, as well as Kirk Cameron has his own podcast about godly things. Nathaniel Jordan, who saves hundreds of lives in Kenya and Uganda through taking homeless, poor kids off the street, feeding them all natural vegan diet, feeding them the right foods of God, by being kind to animals at the same time. So I want to invite them all to do my podcast. So I want you guys. So meanwhile, speaking of being a winner, I have this young punk on my show who claims to be a winner. His name's Raphael Genti. He's a scholar and a gentleman. Is my joke, because he's a gentleman. He's a gentleman and a scholar. He is a scholar. So, Raphael, who are you? Where do you come from? What do you want to do with your life?
Well, Greg, first off, thank you for having me today. I'm super happy to be here, and especially on your edition of How to Be a Winner. I feel like one already. So a little bit about myself. My name is Raphael Genti. I was born in San Francisco, mostly raised in Napa, moved here when I was 8 years old, lived here until high school when I went away to college, and then returned back home and now work in hospitality and service industries as business managers for a couple different areas.
Wow, how do you score all that stuff?
Well, it's honestly, I gotta say, who you know. I have just living here in Napa has allowed me to be able to make great connections and meet a lot of interesting people who have helped me to get to the point where I am today, especially being kind of one of my positions is a hospitality manager at a luxurious boutique bed and breakfast in town. We're called the Hennessy Estate, 10 bedrooms large with dining room, living room, kitchen, and full breakfast service as well. So that position was all just from being involved in the Napa local community, knowing the right people, and then just being lucky enough to be able to take that step and accept that position. And now I've been in that industry for about 10 months, but absolutely love it.
Well, I know my Bible teaches me in Jesus' words, raise a child right, and he'll do right his whole life by God. So you must have some great childhood influences. Who influenced you?
My biggest influences, I gotta say, are my own parents. They really, I have to say, to your point of raising a child right, I really think I couldn't have had a better experience just growing up. They cared a lot about my education, which was most of the reason why we moved to Napa, was because of the better school system. And I think that even just that in itself kind of shows how fortunate I am to be able to have parents that care, parents that love to take me traveling to different countries with them, and who want to see me do my best in whatever path I choose.
So parents, take a hint, raise your kids right. Be tough when you need to, teach them what's right from wrong, and they'll follow your lead. They follow by example too.
This is true. But I would love to, I have a lot of different stories that I can tell, so I'd love to open the floor and I wonder what kind of questions you have for me today.
Well,
where do you want to start?
Well, how did you do in elementary school? Where'd you go?
So elementary school, I started between moving from San Francisco to Napa, I lived in Sassoon near Fairfield for a small time. So started in Bigale Wilson, I believe the school is still there. Then coming to Napa, I went to Stonebridge, which is a Waldorf school.
Oh, wow.
Which I think also kind of instilled a lot of the values that my parents kind of held as an influence as I grew up, even leaving the Waldorf program, transferring to Blue Oak and middle school. But there were certain things like no electronics during the weekdays. You couldn't wear like clothing that had brand logos on it, things like that.
I love that.
But I think especially the no computer portion, I think really helped kind of shape the way that I feel about technology. But also, it's a great gift to have, but I think sometimes kids can be introduced to it too young nowadays and have much too easy of access to it. I mean, take Australia, for example, who just banned social media for any kids under the age of 16.
I love that story.
And that was kind of my experience. So I didn't get my first, I guess, cell phone until I was in like 7th or 8th grade, I think. So I guess most of my friends had them before I got one. And I think the Waldorf part kind of had something or some influence to that.
You're blessed by that part.
I think I am a little blessed by it, definitely.
Oh, you have no idea.
Looking back, definitely. At the time when I was younger, I thought it was unfair, but looking back, I can definitely appreciate it more.
I know Steve Jobs invented the iPhone. He wouldn't let his own kids use cell phones or iPads.
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah,
wow.
He was against it.
That is so interesting.
The elites always are. They want to poison our minds, but not their own kids.
It's interesting. We could learn a thing or two from that.
Oh, yeah. Watch what winners do and pattern the winners.
Exactly. And so I went to Blue Oak for middle school, and then from there to New Technology High School here in Napa. And I was there all 4 years. Graduated valedictorian along with a couple other students at the top of our class, and then went away to college. At first, I started off at High Point University in North Carolina as an entrepreneurship major. Was there for about 8 or 9 months until COVID hit in March of 2020, and then came home, stopped going to school out there just because of the lockdown and wanting to save money and on tuition and everything. So I just started working full time in town and then going to the junior college. And then once I got all my credits to transfer, went to UC Santa Cruz and then got my bachelor's in business management and economics from there.
But no time off for drinking and drugs? You wasted your time.
No, you can always you can always find time to have fun, but still
the right type of fun.
Exactly. You just have to find the right time, but it's all about balance. You know, I know plenty of people who are some of the biggest partiers, but some of the most accomplished people I know. And I know people who are well accomplished and don't party, or people vice versa. So you can find people in all walks of life, but you just have to have good time management.
The general message I believe teach the kids is don't party, focus on winning a winner. I
think there's something to that. When the time you don't spend partying, I think you spend more on self-development and learning more about what you are passionate about and how you can help contribute skills that you're good at to this world. And sometimes you just need a little quiet time to sit down with yourself to figure that out.
Well, my boy was in high school. Bailey was in high school. I pounded in his head, don't hang, there's winners in this world, there's losers in this world. Hang with winners. He picked you for a friend. So he picked a winner.
Well, thank you.
That's one decent thing I did with teach him well.
I know. I have a similar rule in my life, which is why I keep Bailey around. So.
Oh, cool. We don't have to pay you, huh?
No. It's a mutual transaction, friendship.
Yeah.
No, but Bailey, I think, is honestly such a great influence to have. Even I, in a way, look up to him, just kind of seeing the struggles that he went through younger and growing up, and taking that and turning it into not only being able to graduate with a bachelor's, but continue to pursue that into a master's and know his path. And I think it's really rare for even anyone who grew up with a relatively normal upbringing to kind of figure out what they want to do by the time they hit college and go down that path. And I think it's awesome that Bailey was able to find that at a young age, and something, well, also that he's so passionate about, and just be able to pursue that.
Despite being raised by me.
I know. He overcame the odds.
Yeah, indeed. So I'm very proud of him. You too.
As you should be, yeah. No.
Now,
I'm proud to have him as a friend, so.
Well, thank you. Now, how did this segue into your college? How did you end up in USC?
So my time, I was at UCSC, very close, but so that's University of California, Santa Cruz. So not too far from here, maybe 3-hour drive towards the coast. But there I did pretty well. It was interesting just coming from that school in North Carolina, High Point. It was more of a business-oriented school. So when I transferred into UC Santa Cruz, I went with the business management economics major, thinking it would be more business focused, but it ended up having to do with a lot more of the economy side of it. So I definitely got to brush up on my math skills, learn a lot about macro and microeconomics, and kind of take that knowledge further, which I think is extremely beneficial in business, of course. But I excelled there, loved my teachers and classes, but it was interesting just going from a business school to a liberal arts school where a lot of the class requirements were completely different. So I was taking like intro to theater classes, intro to Bollywood to fulfill a cultural requirement, and then of course like U.S. history, other classes that were requirements to graduate from that school.
You didn't waste too much time on that wonderful wooden roller coaster they have, huh?
Only a little bit, just a couple days.
Love that. I love that ride.
I know, the Big Dipper, Giant Dipper, is that what it's called? Yeah, no, on the boardwalk there. It's beautiful. It's funny too, because being a tourist, I would only go there in the summer and always see it packed. And then you never think about in the wintertime when it's raining in Santa Cruz and cold, they just shut down and it's dead. And the whole place is, I mean, all the storefronts are closed, but you can walk on the pier still and just see all the closed rides and everything. It's a little bit of a trip, yeah.
Different world.
It makes me feel like I'm in the COVID era again, like walking through a ghost town almost.
Ever surf down there?
Oh yeah, I'm a big surfer, and that was probably the first purchase I made when I got to Santa Cruz, was buying a wetsuit.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I got to go, and not just Santa Cruz, but up the coast too, along Highway 1, there's just some fabulous surf spots that I was able to go to. Santa Cruz has a surf team as well, which was awesome to be a part of, and I got to join the group for some of those excursions as well. But I've also had the opportunity to surf in places like El Salvador, Hawaii, and Mexico, and also LA, which is awesome.
Hawaii. I learned from Hawaii.
Hawaii is the best place. You just have very mellow waves, relatively shallow, so you can just stand up if you need to.
My dream is Tamarindo, Costa Rica for surfing.
Oh, I have not been out there yet, but that would be
world
a
famous
lot of
surfing
fun.
there.
Oh yeah, I've heard Nicaragua has some good surfing as well out there. But that's exciting. Yeah.
So now, how did this segue into what you do now?
Yeah, awesome segues. So after graduating with a degree in business management and economics, I will say, especially in this market, it's always difficult to find a job search, and it's somewhat, I think, not rare, but there's a low percentage of people who study a certain topic in school and end up working in that same field that they studied. So I'm very thankful that I was able to find work in the field I studied, which I think adds to my passion about it. But as soon as I graduated, I started managing a local business in town called the Napa Pedal Crusher, which is a 16-person party bus bike that takes people bar hopping through downtown Napa.
Oh, wow.
kind of showing them the different bars, tasting rooms, and maybe places that they haven't been to before. But it's great for like corporate events. We've done a lot of corporate retreats. Bachelorette parties are probably our biggest. Birthdays. And then we've even done a divorce party on it before. So you have a wide variety of events that can be celebrated on it for sure.
That's a different twist.
And it's a lot of fun. And it's all run by the same upper management that runs Barnhouse Brews, which is another coffee shop and pub in town.
So you pedal the bike?
I luckily don't have to pedal the bike, but I make all the other people do it. So I just have to worry about turning it, and then I have a gas and a brake pedal, so we can make sure we obey traffic laws, of course.
That's nice.
But we rely on the people on the bike for the power of it. Yeah, the pedal power.
The guys with the big legs.
Yes, exactly. And then we do have an electric motor on it, though, so no worries if you can't move the bike. It has a backup motor just in case.
Cheaters.
I know. It's funny. Sometimes we have people that love just pedaling on it nonstop, and then other times we have people that just want to sit and let the bike do the work for them. But soon after that, and kind of being involved in that, I was introduced to another gentleman who was involved in the renovations of the Hennessy Estate bed and breakfast at the time. And I met with him originally actually to see if he'd be interested in, I run a coffee roasting company as well with a friend of mine, Michael Ruprecht, which I'll get into later. Oh man, I'll jump back to it, but we'll stick with Hennessy Estate for now. One thing at a time. It's hard. But he took me on a tour, kind of showed me the house and what he was kind of looking for. And we struck up a deal for supplying coffee for them. And then a few weeks later, he reached back out saying that his interests had changed. So he was looking for someone to take over his position at the Hennessy Estate as manager. So he recommended me to the family. I got the chance to meet them and was basically hired on the spot and started working there towards the end of April of 2025. So right before the big Bottle Rock weekend and all that fun stuff, going into the summer season. But it was interesting because I was pretty fresh out of college, just graduated about 4 months prior at that point. And I hadn't had any background in hospitality. So going into that job, there were a lot of challenges I had to overcome, just kind of learning the ropes and what goes into the startup of bed and breakfast, especially since the name change and the renovations occurred before I started there. There was a lot of like having to build ourselves up on social media, like restart our Google pages and our business identity, and just kind of bringing all that to fruition throughout the last year, and kind of not only maintaining a 5-star review average on Google and very happy guests, but also creating systems to make sure that we're not having guests walk into dirty rooms or any dirty items or clothing being recirculated. There's a lot of small moving parts that you have to kind of keep track of. Luckily, I have an amazing team of house cleaners and a chef who I work with, who I could not do this job without. But
yeah, quality control is so important.
It is, and especially in hospitality, you always want people to just have the best experience. And personally, I'm a big people pleaser, so I just always try to make sure that that's reflected on our guests who join us. And then hopping over, I guess, to the Hero Coffee Company, it initially started as a nonprofit that started by my friend Michael Ruprecht and I in 2017 when the Tubbs fires hit in Napa Valley. We put together a team of dedicated volunteers who wanted to help the families who were displaced by those fires. And we were able to, after getting this group together and volunteering at the local college, wanted to continue on with service and helping others, in other ways besides just fire relief. So we formed the Hero Foundation, brought in most of our friends who also had a passion or heart for service, and started doing events to either fundraise for local nonprofits or just gain awareness of other events happening that may need volunteers in the area, put on by us or other local nonprofits as well. So you can see our website, as I'm sure, on the screen, but some of the projects that we've done are most recently are some soccer tournaments that went to the Napa Valley Firehouse Foundation, or Napa Valley Firefighter Foundation. And then we also have done charity concerts that have donated to the National Alliance to End Homelessness, as well as the Cool Effect, which works to reduce carbon emissions worldwide. And then when we started doing these events, we were looking for a way to have it be more accessible and kind of have more consistent fundraising for the nonprofits. We can continue to do these projects since they were getting such a great response from the community. So we started the Hero Coffee Company in 2021 since Michael and I both had backgrounds in being baristas. Started off in a little trailer just selling coffee outside of Feast It Forward, the building across from Model Bakery here in town.
Oh, wow.
And then grew from there to farmers markets, to getting our own trailer, and now to becoming our own roasters. So
That's
we don't
amazing.
we don't do the direct to consumer anymore like we did at the farmers markets, but we do supply coffee for, as I was mentioning earlier, Barnhouse Brews. 100% of their coffee, retail and behind the bar, is all from the Hero Coffee Company. We are also featured at the Prisoner Wine Company up Valley. Via Corona holds our coffee.
Oh, wow.
And then we're also at Browns Valley Market and Deuces Market as well.
Oh, wow.
and Food City, yeah.
Someday you'll be doing organic coffee, maybe.
Yeah. So not only, what's great is it's not only certified fair trade organic, but it's
it is now.
It is, yes.
Okay.
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So and we work directly with the farmers to get different blends from, I believe, our most popular Peru and Uganda, as well as Mexico.
Oh, wow.
So we acquire the beans from them and then roast them at a facility in Berkeley close by, and then do all the bagging and get it to our consumers from there. Yeah.
Remind me after our podcast, my friend John McDonald needs to know about you. Go buy some coffee.
Wonderful.
I want to buy organic coffee.
You got it. Oh yeah, we're the best out there.
Oh.
I may be a little biased, but I think it's amazing.
I can't wait. I'm excited because I drink his coffee every week. I say, John, buy organic coffee. No,
Oh my
I have
gosh.
my coffee.
I'll bring a bag next time. No, definitely.
Oh, that's wonderful. I can't wait to turn him on to it.
Yeah, and I think not only is it organic, but it's, to my knowledge, the only coffee company based out of Napa that donates all of the profits to fund the nonprofit side of it.
Oh, wow.
So this isn't a venture that I personally benefit from. So I love donating my time to it, and it's just a passion project for me.
And they're fair trade, too.
Yes.
Explain what fair trade means for people who don't know that.
It's essentially being certified fair trade and certified organic is basically just a rigorous process that certifies that all of the products that you use on your plants and the farm itself are all organic and don't contain. There's certain levels of like pesticides and herbicides and just certain ones in general that they're not allowed to use.
And folks, fair trade is so important nowadays, especially. Our world's so corrupt. Our whole American food system is filthy, poison.
One thing I think is also unique about our coffee is we just did a huge packaging rebranding. So we are now, I think you'll see it on the screen as it pops up, but those are brand new bags, 100% compostable, which we're super proud about as well. Because we were serving for a while. It's hard when you're a smaller business, but now because of scale, we've been able to get some help with getting larger bags that are also more environmentally friendly.
What
as well.
sizes do you sell? What weights?
We sell our 12-ounce bags to the public, like I said, in Browns Valley, Deuces, and Food City. And then we also do commercial coffee sales available. So if you're a restaurant owner or a winery in town, we have wholesale prices that we can sell to you in any quantity of your choosing, essentially.
I know the guy who owns the guys who own Deuces.
Oh, yeah.
They own Dutch Drawer too.
Yep.
Wonderful guys.
They
Wonderful, healthy, organic food too.
Yep. I know they serve Equator coffee in there, which I'm also a fan of, and I love that they're 100% woman-owned as well. But we're also sold on the shelves alongside Equator coffee in there, which I think is great.
Good for you.
No, thank you.
Now, we're running out of time. I've been fighting. We have 3 minutes left. So
No worries.
how would people get a hold of you?
The best way would be through my email, rjordangenty@gmail.com. If you have specific inquiries, just email me there, and then I can reach out to you from whichever business you're attempting to look for, whether it's the Pedal Crusher, Hennessy Estate, or you just need some good coffee in your life.
Wow. Now, folks, my biggest regret in my life is not introducing my boys to Jesus Christ until I was too late. They were coming along, but I missed a golden year to influence them as kids. This young man was influenced well by his parents as a child. Look what happened.
Oh,
So
thank you so much, Greg. You're too kind.
We'll work on Jesus later. But for right now, he's a winner. So to raise a winner, be a winner yourself, teach your kids to hang with winners. If they hang with winners, they'll be a winner themselves, and you be a winner. And if you show them by example, it'll all be good. So winners win, and losers lose. He's a winner. So thank you for joining me, Raphael.
Thank you. Pleasure to be around another winner.
Yeah, someday. It's wonderful. Yeah, I'm so proud of my boy that he hangs with you.
Me too. It's an honor to have Bailey in my life. So I'm really happy that he got to introduce me to you, and you got to show me this. So
yeah,
thank you.
It's funny. I have 4 wonderful boys. 2 are about to go to war, possibly, thanks to politics. I hope not. They're both about to be dads. I have one who's having trouble right now. But my mom taught me, I always showed favorites. So I remember my lesson my mom taught me. I love my favorite child is the one who needs me the most. At different times, each child of mine has needed me the most. They became my favorite. But I really have none. I love all my kids. But some are easier to love at times than others. My mom's famous thing was, I love all my kids the same. But sometimes I only like one.
You know, I think you're entitled to, as a parent, sometimes find difficulties with your kid. But at the end of the day, as long as you support them and love them through it all, that's what matters.
Whether you're a parent or a child, we're learning together.
Exactly.
So all you do is do our best. We'll all have regrets. But listen, thank you again for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
You're off to a bright and wonderful career. So soon we'll introduce you to God. You'll see the next level.
Thank you.
Eternal life. We'll talk later.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks again, my friend.
You got it. This was fun, Greg.
Thank you. You did a good job. I suck, as always.